Okay, here we are again. Take two. Um, Talking about sexuality and the universe. So, in talking about sexuality in the universe, is the human being, or the makeup of the human being, or the function of the human being, influenced by what I will call gravity and light? So, if gravity and light are a big influence on the human being, like for example, there's gravity involved here. So if there's gravity involved here and light on the developmental process of the human being, then it's reasonable to assume that gravity and light have played a big part on the developmental function of the human being. So let's talk about light first. Light occupies space. I turn off this light. As you can see, it's a little darker. I turn on light and things become a little bit more vivid, more apparent. So light is occupying space. When you look up at the stars at night, that light is occupying space for many, many millions or billions of miles away, or I don't know, kilometers or whatever. So it seems that light occupies space. Now, when I say occupies space, you may think that I'm saying this ball is occupying space. No, but what I mean is that it's an occupation, a movement that's occupying space. So light is in a movement that's occupying space. So the sun occupies the space of the earth. When the earth is rotated towards the sun, so it covers the sun, the face of the earth. So if light occupies space, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to associate man to the occupation of space, or occupying space, or light. So man is occupying space, light. So as light occupies space, it seems that there is a function that is contributed to the development, or the influential development on the human being that's associated with light. So as I look out right now, I'm looking at the camera. I'm calculating what I'm going to say. Light is occupying space, basically. So it seems that man is designed to occupy space. Not designed. His developmental process of having a functioning body is influenced by light. Now it's influenced by gravity also, and what I've done is I've associated gravity to the woman. If I had two balls, I only have one ball, but say if I had two balls and I put them into space, the mass from each ball would be drawn towards each other in a function of having space occupied. So as I drop this ball, it seems the gravity of the Earth, or the Earth is influencing the ball to have space occupied. So the Earth is having space occupied. So considering the male phallus, or the penis, and considering the ovum of the vagina, one functions as a desire to have space occupied, and one functions as a desire to occupy space. So the stars occupy space, and a black hole has space occupied. So let's say our solar system, for example, say if the sun was to turn into a black hole, it would vacuum or consume or draw towards that point of having space occupied. So it seems like in the universe there's two functions. There's the function of occupying space within a motion, and there's the function of having space occupied within a state, or a staying state, or an unmoving state. So if the unmoving state of light is massless, yet with gravity it's in a staying point, maybe gravity and light are very much intertwined and connected. So heterosexuality, the reason why I talk about that instead of all the other activities is because that's generally what gives birth to a human being is heterosexuality. It's not including transgenders, gays, or lesbians, or whatnot. There's still a desire to occupy space sexually and a desire to have space occupied sexually. So please don't consider me a sex-crazed crackpot. All I'm trying to say is that it just seems that man is function in this universe, the influence of gravity on my mechanics, the influence of light on my calculation of matter that's having space occupied, or throwing a football, or an airplane, or a hockey puck, or a baseball, or whatnot. So what I'm trying to express is that it seems that the universal function of man is to occupy space, which is light. And it seems that the universal function of woman is to have space occupied, which is gravity. So when I'm explaining this, the reason why I'm explaining it is that we need to look at what it means to have a functioning body on this planet without overstepping the influence of gravity and light on evolution. All you got to do is take a look at all the different animals and all the different beings. They're all influenced by gravity and light before they're influenced by a designer or some being or some god or whatnot that's designing things. So if we overstep gravity and light's influence, we overstep the purpose of why we're here. And why I'm here is, like, I'm hoping to occupy space right now by saying this to you. And I'm also hoping that you'll respond to me, and I'll have space occupied, and I'll feel happy that I'm contributing something to the developmental process of the human being coming into an understanding of its place in this universe. So man wants to occupy space, and woman wants to have space occupied. Now, I'm not saying that this is an absolute, it's just an observation. It seems to me that the stars occupy space with light, and it seems to me that the Earth has space occupied with gravity. Now, the Sun has gravity, Mercury has gravity, Venus has gravity. There's gravity all over the place. It pervades throughout the universe. So, if man is designed to occupy, not designed, but has come into the identity of occupying space like the sun occupies space through light, it seems that we need to look at this reality as an influence on our development as beings, as human beings. Hopefully that's good. This has been dedicated to the empowerment of the Red Road and keeping your home fire strong.